Hey guys, how you all doing? And ting and ting and ting. So, in the comment section, some people said, "Hey, tell me a little bit more about where you're from." You understand what I'm saying? Thing, and they said, "What are the food like in your country? What kind of vibe you all eat and stuff." So here's what me I gonna do and ting. You know what I mean? I am gonna do a video about 7 traditional dishes that you must try if you ever go to my island, or you want a recipe for it? I'll give you a recipe so you could try it. You know what I mean? And think let's YouTube and Sibsibba and we go see what kind of food I man enjoyed growing up.
For those of you that didn't know it, Grenada is this small island in
It's Grenada, not Granada. A lot of people make that mistake. It doesn't bother me much, but it's Grenada, not Granada.
the Caribbean Sea. Even though there are just over 100,000 citizens, the country has big soul and a lot of food. In Grenada, you will find dishes that you wish you could find in your own country. And in this list, we have the most finger-licky of them all. So, here are the 7 traditional Grenada dishes you have to try. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 7, crab back. Because they're in the middle of the Caribbean, there's more than enough crabs to go around. That's why the locals have made a delicacy from them. They call it crab back because the dish is served in the hard back shell of the crab.
Oh yeah.
The seafood is boiled and then flaked. They mix the crab meat with lots of spices and some lime juice, and top it off with some crispy and crunchy breadcrumbs. Many of the local restaurants serve it as a main dish.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those delicacies that are worth traveling to Grenada for. Number 6.
Okay, now I'll be honest with you. He didn't show what I know as crabback. What I'm seeing there looks like a fish, a seafood stew down to me. I could be wrong. That's what some people call that. But what I remember a crabback is what you did is you catch the crabs, and the crabs that we eat is not ocean crabs. It's like land crabs that burrows into the ground. As a kid, we would go out, especially when there's a place called Mon Rouge. It's not even, it's all built up now as far as I've heard. But at a certain season, I think it's around June, July, because that's when the rainy season is in full swing. When it rains, it floods, and these crabs are land crabs that burrow themselves into the ground. And whenever it floods, they come up, and we would just go pick up big bags of them. And what you do is you get the crab meat, and you season it up and put all kind of spices in it, and then you take the meat that you just season up and stuff, you put it in the back of the crab, and you bake it. That's what I know it to be. That's what I remember it to be. So, you know what I mean? I didn't see a picture of the ones that I grew up eating. But that's what we call crab back when I was a kid.
Nutmeg ice cream. You know what this is. You probably guessed it right. You probably guessed it right based on the title of the recipe. Yes, this is nutmeg. This is what the nut looks like before it's ground and used in many different desserts and cookies around the world. Nutmeg is so popular in this country that they even have it on their national flag. And yes, they use it to make ice cream. The procedure for making this sweet treat is the same as any other ice cream. You first make the custard, cool it, and then add it inside an ice cream turner to create ice cream. The only difference is, this one has a lot of nutmeg in it. If you like nutmeg, it's good. If you don't, how about you move on to number...
No, when I was home, we had that old-fashioned ice cream. You know, the one where you have the container in the middle and you put ice on the outside, and then you sprinkle salt and you go, and you just like grind it up and stuff. We used to go on the beach on a Sunday and make ice cream like that. Nutmeg ice cream, vanilla ice cream, you name it, we made it. And we would put nuts in there and stuff, and I mean, man, that stuff was good, man. And we would take tons and tons, just grinding that thing there so the ice cream, putting ice in. Man, those were the days, boy. Me and the fellas, Howie, Kiki, and Johnny. Oh yeah, we would do our thing, boy. We would really make up some ice cream on that beach.
Number 5, Pilau. Pilau is
Pilau.
one of the family dishes that you will find served in the middle of the week. The preparation process is simple,
Real
which is why
simple.
even busy families make it on the go. The base of pilau is rice and chicken, but there have been many variations to it. For example, some families like to add shrimp to pilau. The other things you'll find inside include chopped up celery, red sweet peppers, beans, carrots, and of course, coconut milk.
Peas
Although,
too.
we've heard that the chicken smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, what we've heard is that the chicken is fried with brown or burnt sugar before being added to the mix. Is this true?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comment section below.
Yeah, it is true. Okay, that's how we make our coloring. You see how the chicken is brown? That's how you make our coloring and thing. And we still have to do it outside, you know what I mean? And what you do is you take a can, a can that would have peas or beans in it, and because that stuff will stick to your pot, you know what I mean? And you put some brown sugar in it. Or you could do it in a cast iron pot too, because those are easy to wash. You put some brown sugar in it, you burn the brown sugar a little bit, then you pour water in it and you mix it up, and that's how you get the brown coloring in the meat. That's how we did it on the island. You know what I mean? But that would smoke so much, we had to do it outside on the coal pot. You couldn't do it inside the house and thing. And but there is a coloring. My mom, when she moved to New York, she turned me on to this because I wanted to make my own pilau and thing, and she said, this is what you do. There's a sort of brown gravy. It's got seasoning in it, and I can't remember the name of it, but you could put that in there. But to get the real taste and thing, pilau and all of that, what you do is you brown the meat first, because you have to season the meat the night before now. You can't season it right before. You got to season it the night before. You put your paprika, you put your celery, your onions, your garlic, whatever, seasoning you like to put in there. You put it in there, pepper and thing, and you let it season overnight. And then you get up in the morning and you make the browning for it, or you use your gravy, and you let that simmer and let the seasoning simmer and stuff into it, and let the brown get all over the chicken and thing. And then you add your rice in and thing, Whew, I make it all the time still because it's real simple to make.
Number 4. Cocoa balls and fudge. We had to group these two as one.
Yeah.
They're both made from cocoa, which is plentiful on the island of Grenada. You see, the cocoa balls are the only food that you can actually carry with you and even take home. They're pre-packed balls of cocoa that are sweet, but with a hint of cinnamon, thyme, and a little bay leaf. This is one of the reasons people use them to make cocoa tea. That's right, cocoa tea is a thing in Grenada.
Yes.
And of course, we can never forget about chocolate fudge. You will actually find this dessert everywhere on the island. Hey, they have to use up that cocoa somehow. Number 3.
Cocoa tea, y'all. Let me tell you, man. It seems like they have modernized it a little bit. It came in a ball, and it wasn't as smooth as that is there. And when you boil that thing, it is so pure that there's an oil film on top of it, all right? And then you add milk, and you add sugar if you want, or honey, or whatever you want. And that's a staple. We call it cocoa tea. That's what you have for breakfast every morning. A cup of cocoa tea. I don't know if they're going to have saltfish sauce on here, but the saltfish sauce is like dried fish, salted. You have to wash it out and stuff to get the salt out, and then you fry it with some onions and garlics. And if you want to put other seasonings in there, you do that too. And then we have what you call bakes, which is sort of, some people might call it fried bread. You make the dough like the bread, and then you fry it down, and some people use lard in there and butter and oil and stuff like that. Ooh, Lord, that's some good eating right there.
3. Lambi sauce. Lambi is a special type of seafood that's believed to be an aphrodisiac for males. When the locals prepare it sometimes, they give this slimy little salty jelly thread to the customers to eat it. They say it'll give your sex life a big boost. Now, we don't know if any of that is true, but the sauce is made from the conch, which is tender, and then you add some lime juice, onions, garlic, and hot peppers. Number 2.
Okay, now here's the thing. The lambi comes from the conch shell. That's another thing us, me and the fellas used to go just pick that up, and then you have to scrape the skin off of it, chop it up, season it and thing, and ooh, Lord, you could put in your favorite roots in there to make a stew or soup, or you put your yams, your tanyas, your dashins, sometimes your eddos, sometimes green bananas and thing, with a little bit of butter and pepper and thing, and you make a nice little soup, stew, whatever you want to call it to take. So good. So good.
Callaloo soup. While the locals call it callaloo leaf, you might have encountered it by the name of dasheen leaf. It's the main ingredient that gives the soup its distinctive.
Dasheen is another root that we eat. Now, if you have the root, if you eat, that's what they say. If you use the leaf that comes from the dasheen root, don't eat the dasheen, and vice versa. That's what they used to say. I don't know how true that is. But callaloo, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Now in Jamaica, when you go to Jamaica and you say you want callaloo, that's a whole different type of leaf that they call callaloo. We call callaloo the leaf that comes from the dasheen root. You know what I mean?
Green color. The soup also comes with some freshly cooked pigtail and lots of plantains inside.
I don't use a
We
pigtail.
can't forget about the creaminess offered by the coconut milk, which makes it light and a perfect meal for hot summer days. Number 1.
And of course he said, I don't remember putting plantains in callaloo soup. What we put is green bananas. And if you go to the island and somebody say fig, they mean bananas. We call bananas figs. We don't say ripe bananas, we say ripe figs, you know what I mean? So, but that's what I remember. Now, there's something else that we do on the island. We call it crab and callaloo. The same crabs that we talked about earlier that we cook, we also cook it with callaloo. Well, you pretty much put the whole crab in there. After you cook the callaloo and we use swizzle sticks to mash it up. Now I guess you could use a blender if you modernize the thing, you know what I mean? And then you let it cook, and of course it's all seasoned up with all kind of pepper and all kind of seasoning that you want, like seasons that you get out of your backyard, thyme, sides, all that good stuff. And then you add the crabs in there, let it bubble down into a nice soup type thing, and that's called crab and callaloo. Oh, you put dumplings in there too. Dumplings, yeah.
1. Oil down. As always,
National
we
dish.
save the best one for last. Oil down is the national dish of Grenada, which is sometimes made in just one pot. It starts off with a lot of pigtails and some chicken. The meat, along with the chopped up breadfruit, the okra, and coconut milks, and the dasheen bush, is all
I'm
cooked with some
hungry.
spices and herbs. Now, to top it all off, some people even add dumplings or plantains. But this is only if you want to be extra.
It's not plantains. It's green bananas. It's not plantains. It's green bananas, bruh. That doesn't even look like plantains, brother. That's green bananas.
On a related note, have you ever tried any of these dishes before? Or is this the first time you're hearing about them? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you...
I'm telling you, man, we season up everything. Everything has got seasoning in it. Everything has got a little pepper in it. The soup, you know what I mean? Even if you just cook rice, you got to put some seasoning and thing in there. You know what I mean? And a lot of the food is really simple to make, like the pilau that's on the screen right now. Real easy to make, you know what I mean? I make it here in America all the time because, you have the same ingredients and thing. And I haven't made it in a while because I don't trust the chicken. But I've cooked it for people here and they loved it. And even people who say I don't like rice, I've noticed that a lot of Americans don't really like rice. They said it looks like maggots. Well, yeah. But then they eat all that chemical stuff. Anyway, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I sort of give you a little bit of a cultural expose into Grenada thing. You understand what I mean? I hope you guys are taking care of each other. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Go check out this channel because I think they go all over the world. I see one on Trinidad and Tobago there. I see one of India there. If you're a foodie type person and you're into that cultural section of it. And of course, this is a sort of historical thing too, because this is historically what we eat on the island. But there's a lot more. This is just a tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more of the different foods that we eat on the island. Y'all take care of each other, all right? Cool runnings.